Welcome to Mojo Rising. And we're happy you're here today. And today, at the topical entertainment news, Aardvark Interviews is going to pull the rug from under the Aardvark's feet because we have the special guest, Rashida, who is an expert interviewer. And today, she will interview the Aardvark himself. Rashida has expertise in this, working for covert governments in South America and across the globe. I was going to bring a towel for my waterboarding, but, if it gets too wet, I'll retreat to the parlor where I will catch a towel and maybe a little dishcloth or something. Rashida, are you up for a good torturing today?
Absolutely. Anytime with you. Anytime with you.
And
Anytime.
anybody who's listening can ask questions. Tell Rashida, whip them some more, or whatever you want to say. We're all open here. Rashida, it's your show.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me interview you, Andrew. I'm so honored. I am so honored. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, question for you right off the bat. How did you get started acting? For those who do not know.
Well, that's a very interesting question. I went to acting classes like 30 years ago, and I remember the name of the place was called the Ernie Martin Studio Theater, and it was this Cuban dude, and his real name was Ernesto Martinez, and he actually taught at the Actors Studio, but started his own gig. So after about a year and a half of taking classes there and just emptying my wallet into his hands, he said to me, "You know what? I don't think you're a very good actor, but you're very funny and very physical. Why don't you take up stand-up comedy?" So I actually, in my 20s, then took up stand up comedy. And then something happened where I became a better actor a long time later. And, I was able to act really well. So it kind of went full cycle. So,
Wow. And was
yeah.
that school in New York?
Yes, it was. It was in Theater Row on 40. It was actually on 43rd Street between 11th and 10th Avenue. Yeah.
So you've been in New York all your life.
Yes. Yes, I have, Rashida. Ow! Ow!
Any plans on moving elsewhere? Any plans on
Yeah, I may.
leaving the
I may after
tri-state
this.
area, or you're content?
Yeah, I may leave after this interview. In fact, let's see how it goes. I may be running.
I promise I'm going to be gentle with you. I'm trying to
It's
be gentle
like
with
that
you.
Warren Zevon song. Send lawyers and guns and money. Dad, get me out of this. So,
If you can tell someone who's trying to get into the business, what would be your three things that would stand out for you, so they're not being eaten by sharks? Because I know it's different when you started. Now with social media, what would be something you would give advice on? Like the three things that you'd be like, do this.
well, stick with the winners. Find out who the people are who are actively working, and taking notes and listening to people and people who are really, watching characters on whether it's on television, uh, on one of your streaming shows or whatever, who are just really into it. Like, I find myself here in the apartment saying, that's a really good performance and everything. Like people who are really into the whole basics of acting. I mean, after a while you can actually tell who's phoning it in and who's like seriously putting his heart and effort into it. I mean, ego and vanity, you know if you're really really good, you'll stay in the business for a while, but then people get sick of that too. So, prima donnas and divas, they stay for a while and then it's like, bye, because just like that song said, rock superstar by what was that? The same people who did Insane in the Membrane. But They,
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Play Cypress Hill. They said, there's always another person right down the block who'll take your spot. So just try and hang out with people who seem sincere. I mean, there's a lot of acting notices out there that say this, that, and the other. In fact, I made a joke about it. I actually got thrown off the site. I made a joke, like a parody of all these people using people. I put a post up, a satirical post that said, "I'm looking for an actor to come into my apartment and clean up my apartment. I will film you while you clean my apartment. I will hand you a broom, a vacuum, a Swiffer, everything, and you can have this for your reel." And I guess they didn't like the joke of it all, but it
I
was
think
kind of it was kind of sarcastic about the business and what people are pulling, all the shit people are pulling stuff.
I like the satire. Yeah, I like
Lower,
the satire.
who's
So, but
who's Witten Rash?
he just wants to see my boobs. So, okay. So, do you still study the art of comedy and acting still all these years later?
Well, I mostly, I haven't taken a class, an acting class in 30 years. I still, because, and it's a good question because I was looking, during this pandemic to take an online class or something. And they were all at the point where I'm at, they were all like lower than where I am, basically. So I
Right.
really couldn't fit into any of these classes. They look like some good classes, though, I must say, and, but I really wanted to brush up or whatever. And,
Right.
I just, I'm a member of Actors Equity, which is the Broadway theater community. I mean, you can't get much higher than that, basically. So
Are you a part of the Screen Actors Guild?
no, they sent me an email asking me to join them, but it's like over $3,000 to join, and I was like, I don't know if I want to join yet unless I'm working on something that makes me want to definitely join. So no, I'm just Actors Equity Theater Union. So
So when you first started doing this, you said about 30 years ago. What was your like goal? Were you intending to be a major star, or you were just doing this because you actually loved it and not weren't thinking about making money? I mean, of course, we all want to make money,
yeah,
but what was your? So is this your purpose? I know it's a two-part question.
yeah. Well, I wanted to be an actor, a really good actor, but my acting teacher didn't think I was that great. I guess so. After pocketing my money for a couple of years, but I got into stand-up comedy for years after that, and you know, I got better at stand-up, and but stand-up is, especially during this pandemic, you can see how stand-up got really hurt with in-person things, and I performed, and I've seen some stand-up on the internet and everything, streaming and people putting on shows, and it's not the same,
Not the same.
from being there physically. Even I went to some acting things that were on Zoom or some other platform or something, a restream or whatever, and they were okay. They were okay. They were passable, but stand-up comedy is different, really. So, you know, uh, I just became a really better actor, and I don't know how that happened. Actually, well, I do. I actually do know how it happened because you have to let go in acting, and the funny thing is, a lot of stand-up comedians can't be good actors because they can't let go. They keep criticizing this inner critic. They'll like say a line and then they'll say something like, "Oh, that was a terrible performance," and you can't do that. You just got to let go to the character. You can't be judging. So it's a really different scene.
So with stand up, do you feel now because of cancel culture stand up is different. I know Dave
Yeah,
Chappelle has mentioned it. I know Jeff Foxworthy is actually one of my favorite comedians slash actor. He a lot of people are saying that things have changed now because you have to kind of watch what you say. Martin Lawrence has said it several times. You can't just go out and say this because people
yeah,
are starting to take things really Jeff to the left. When Eddie Murphy made these jokes years ago in Raw, there's no way he can do that now. So
yeah.
what do you think about that?
I actually auditioned for Eddie Murphy's producer from Raw.
Shut
Um,
up, for real? Wow.
yeah, he owned the what's the comic strip live in New York City on Second Avenue. So it's so funny because I was like 50 years old or something, making a comeback to comedy after, I kind of, crapped away like 20 years doing absolutely nothing. And, uh, and he said to me, he said, you're too old for comedy too, basically. I
Wow.
would not hire you, he said, which helped me so much because then I took acting more seriously when he said that.
Mhm.
And my friends know this who made the transition. But back in the day, you could say anything. But today, if you go on a road gig for comedy, if you go to a university, they will ask you what you are going to say before you perform. And if they don't like your set list, they'll say, no, 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 that's too acerbic, or that's you can't put down a race of people, you can't put down people, you can't put down handicaps, or what do you call it, you gimps or something.
Right. Gender. There's a list of things you
Right,
can't
there's a
can't
whole
do.
right, so it gets really complicated when you're cutting in on creative stuff, so it just
So then, how does comedy survive then? With that being said,
well,
how do you
there's
think
still
comedy survives?
still some people who push the envelope, which is good. I think it's necessary to go too far sometimes. You know,
Right.
because i- if you play it safe as a comedian, you're not going to go anywhere. So uh, you know, uh, but today, then again, you may go pretty well. You'll definitely do really well at the liberal universities and everything. I know Teddy
Social
Teddy
social
loves
media
the huh.
or social media.
Yeah, I mean, you could be a star right now, on social media, even if you're not funny for shit. You
So
could
who's your favorite comedian?
well, that's Richard Pryor. So yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
over Red Fox.
Red Fox. I mean, yeah, Red Fox is nasty, man. He's he's the dirtiest comedian I ever heard in my life, man. With the mofo's and everything. He's funny as shit, but
Wow.
he pushed the envelope. So
Yes.
yeah, but
Wow.
Richard was great, and I know his son. I did a show for his son, Richard Pryor Jr. So I met him. He's a nice man. So
Wow. Have you seen Bill Cosby in that circuit when you were, I know he
yeah,
didn't speak in Quaaludes or nothing.
yeah. Bill Cosby roofied me and pulled my pants down. No, this, that's
So
some
you're joking. But was he, because since you were in that circuit, was he a good comedian? Because I remember the shows growing up prior to Cosby Show. My dad's favorite show was I Spy.
yeah,
So,
right.
know, I love that. But was he good, or was it or because you said your being a comedian made you better and better actor? Would you say that something about like that for him? Because I've heard it stand up, and it's not like again Richard Pryor is Richard Pryor, so you
Yeah.
really can't compare. But you think his that made him a better actor because he wasn't that
Oh,
great. Cosby.
oh, Cosby. Uh, I mean, the acting he did when he played Dr. Huxtable and everything, it was just his personality basically, and he could
Right.
do his little jokes or whatever, and that was the one pose he did, with the that and the this and the that. So it was kind of that role was kind of fed for him.
Right.
I
Now
mean,
that makes sense.
if he was going to play like King Lear or something, I don't know if he'd do so well, but
The shade of it all, but it's probably the truth. If you
but
could
he
go
was
on
a
a
funny
comedy tour,
comedian, Bill
so he
Cosby.
was a funny comedian.
You know who one of the funniest comedians is? Who's been killing it for like 30 years, 30 something years?
Who?
Sinbad.
Yes, he does
He's
not get the praise he
he's
gets.
never done a bad set. He People in the industry know how good he is, Sinbad. You
I
don't
hope he does
want to
well.
warm up. You don't want to warm up for Sinbad because you'll look like
Really?
garbage. Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I would
Mm.
put Sinbad in my top 5 of comedians without a doubt.
Yes, who is it? That's my next question. Who's your top five?
Well, I guess George Carlin might be 2. Red
Like his
Fox. Red Fox would be in there. Sinbad as a stand-up comedian definitely would be 5, I guess. And I don't know who else. I don't know. You pick one.
I don't have, I would think that having the in my top five, definitely Sinbad is definitely Sinbad might be my top 10.
Yeah.
He's funny. I mean, God bless him because he had a stroke a few months ago, so I hope he gets
Mm.
better. But he doesn't get the recognition that he doesn't. He deserves a whole lot more than what he's given. That's interesting that you said that. Because a lot of people don't they see Sinbad as, an actor, but he's funny. I
He's
remember growing up watching 2 of his comedy shows on HBO.
he's
He did a
incredible.
whole thing and didn't curse.
Mhm.
Folks were like, "Oh, that's why you're not popular because you're not cursing." I
I,
you
I
know
mean, what's his name? Cat Williams was really funny because he pushed the envelope a lot. But then when he pulled out the gun at the concert and waved it in the air, he went a bit too much on that, I'd say. So
Yeah, he got a little bit Martin Lawrence ish on that. Martin Lawrence was in
Martin,
L.A.
yeah,
He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite actors. You
Martin,
know,
he's very
yeah,
good.
he's very good. He's funny to me. He's cleaned up a little bit, but it goes back to the art part of it. So if you can have a comedy tour with comedians and you be on set with them, who would it be? Past or present?
Richard Pryor and George Carlin, without a doubt.
I was gonna be a whole lot of cussing on that damn comedy tour. I already know.
Yeah, Richard was Richard
A
was
whole
fabulous. But then they put him in that stupid Superman 3 movie, which totally destroyed him. One of the greatest comedic minds in our time. And they cast him as a toy or a toy maker or some damn thing in that stupid movie. I mean, it was just, it was so sad seeing him in that role. It was just so sad.
Yeah, I didn't think he was even as a kid, I didn't think that was it didn't make sense to me as a kid.
Right, right.
It didn't make sense at all. So about you, so you grew up in New York City. So tell me about your family, as much as
Uh,
you allow for us to know.
I'm, yeah, I grew up
Only
with my
child,
Gene, Gene Hackman. He's talking about Gene Wilder.
Gene
But
Wilder.
yeah, a question from the audience. Gene Wilder. They were fantastic together.
Yeah, they were good together. They were good together.
What
They
was
were
that?
good together.
There was the movie where they were in jail or something.
Yeah, they were good together. They
It
they
was.
they bounced off each other very well.
Yeah,
I
Gene
mean, really,
Wilder.
really well. Have you met Billy Crystal?
No, no, I met Robin Williams, but I never met Billy Chris. Yeah, Robin
How
was
was it meeting Robin Williams? How
he
was
he's
that?
a he was kind of a sad dude. It was years ago. I mean, maybe 30 something years ago. I met him, and it was at Comic Strip Live, like I mentioned again on Second Avenue. So I mean, when he was up in front of the audience, he was just incredible, incredible gifted actor and comedian. I might put him in the top 5 and fill it out, but I mean, he was just sensational. And but then when he left the stage, he looked so sad. He looked so sad. It was just I don't know, like a piece of him was missing or something.
So you guys are all in this brotherhood of comedians and actors,
Brotherhood, yeah.
and do you feel like you always have to be on? So when you're not
Good question.
acting or or being a comedian, like do you when you're with your friends and your doggy, like do you feel like you always have to be full of jokes, or do you sometimes be like, all right, not today, I just want to chill and not?
Yeah, I mean, you're just naturally on, basically. You just
Okay.
that's the way I'm hardwired. I grew up, just not to sidestep the other question. I grew up just with my mom. I never saw my dad, and it was like we grew up in this horrible apartment where the bathroom was in the hallway. So I had to, I had a sense of humor really early. You know, it was the only way I could get through this childhood. So, laugh at it. Oh, what if
Right.
I get the runs? I got to run down the hallway. So like, if I get a girlfriend or something, she's like, "Yo, where's the bathroom? I have to go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Down the hall. Here's the key." So it's romance. It's
Hilarious.
like romantic and shit. But you
So
know,
did you grow up with only child syndrome, you would feel? And you
yeah.
growing up in that era, in the era is totally different than kids growing up now.
Totally, yeah. It was just, so I wanted to be the best at something growing up or whatever. So,
Is your mom still living?
no, she's passed away a number of years. Yeah,
So she was able to see you though succeed.
not really. She was able to see me fail.
So can't stand
Here's
you.
my present to you, Mom. I'm a failure.
I can't even. My throat is hurting.
But I swear she's looking up for me right now from hell and saying,
Oh my gosh.
"He's doing so well, my Andrew. He's doing so well."
Oh my gosh, you got me blushing over here. Black girl blushing, black girl blushing.
Yeah. So
Terrible, Andrew. Terrible. I can't stand you. It's funny though, but damn, that's rough. But she was still able to see something though, right?
like
You
what?
no.
Like I was a doorman? I don't know. Does that count?
What, were you good at it?
No, I was bad at it. I was like all drunked up half the time. Yeah. I used to go to work drunk and everything. I was like so
There are
out of
plenty of people in the
control.
world who do that.
Yeah, I was so out of control. And they had like this manual elevator that you controlled. It was an old elevator and it had like this crank thing. So I got like really drunked up there one night and I was at the building and I had to take somebody up the manual elevator and I just cranked it. And it was like this 80-year-old dude with a lot of money. And he was like, "Stop the elevator, stop the elevator." Because I was going like, you know,
Oh my
Mario
gosh.
Andretti and shit on his ass. I was like, so almost got fired that time. But
Oh my gosh. So you were definitely
yeah.
terrible at doing that.
Yeah, I was I was insane.
You were
So,
terrible at it. Wow. So, la, 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 la. Your favorite actor?
oh, favorite actor. Wow, that's really difficult. There's so many good actors
Okay, what's your favorite actor right now?
right now. Hmm.
You can tell you can. It's okay. You can say it's Alec Baldwin. I won't get mad at you.
Tell us
It's okay.
about. Oh, he's got access to my photos. This should be the shit. Alec Baldwin is a very good actor, but he's not tops for sure.
No, he's not. He's not in my top. He's funny. He's
I
funny.
mean,
I've always found him funny.
what's his name? Is
So
a
in high
really
school,
who?
I see high school photos. So what were you doing in high school that we need to know about?
Oh, do you see the photos?
I'm waiting to see the photos. Hey,
Who do you
show.
like as an actor?
Um, Who do I like as an actor right now? You would probably never guess. Jim Belushi.
Jim Belushi. Who the hell
Yeah,
is this?
Jim Belushi is one of my favorite actors. Oh my gosh! It says you went to a famous high school in the Bronx. Tell us about that.
What is that? Somebody snorting dope in the bathroom? What is that? I can't.
Oh, it looks like somebody snorting dope in the
What is
bathroom.
that? I can't even see that
Or
picture.
they look like it's a trombone, or they're doing some horn,
I
whatever
went
this
to
is.
I went to Cardinal Hayes High School in the South Bronx.
Did you any famous people in your class besides you?
Regis Philbin.
Wow. How was he in high school?
He was before my time, but
His age before. Yeah. Didn't he pass away
uh,
like last year?
yeah, yeah. Scraggy of Scooby Doo. Nah, that's not me, man. I smell like Scraggy and shit. But
Oh my gosh, you guys are too much. Yeah, Jim Belushi. He's actually one of my favorite actors.
oh, Jim Belushi.
hmm
Oh,
Yep, Jim Belushi.
he came to the
So
play we did about his brother John Belushi.
such a sad story. Did you ever get a chance to meet him?
No, he was in L.A. actually. The play started in L.A. and ended up off Broadway in New York City. So I was
What?
I got one of the roles in that show. So
Wow.
I was so nervous. I was like I didn't sleep for like a week because off Broadway is pretty big in New York City. New York City's a place of
Right.
theater and stuff. And then I got the email like a week later and it said we would like to invite you to join the cast of with a little help dot dot dot. It's John Belushi. So it was really cool. So
Wow.
and
So what do you plan on doing now? As far as
Al,
acting and being,
Al Pacino's a very good actor. Al Pacino.
he's very scary to me.
Yeah, he just did this show. It was streaming about the Nazis and everything. I forget the name of it. It's really good, and he plays with a Jewish accent so well. He really does a great job on it.
Al Pacino's a great actor, but he always scares me. Him and I can't. His name's on top of my head. The dude from Meet the Fockers. I know he's in other movies. And I can't think of his name, and I don't feel like googling him, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, he's also very scary.
Yeah.
What is his name? You know exactly who I'm talking about. Robert De Niro.
Oh, De Niro. Yeah, he's very
Yes,
good. Yeah, yeah,
Robert De Niro. Him and Dustin Hoffman are actually. I like them together.
yeah.
I like them together. Have you met Steve Martin?
I think Denzel Washington is a great actor.
He's a very good actor. He's very
Yeah.
absolute Broadway. So off Broadway stuff. How does that work now during the pandemic? Since Broadway's opening back up. So are you
Yeah.
auditioning?
No, I'm not auditioning. So, I'm just doing some movies on the side. That movie that we did that ended up getting an award in India. So, just and finished up my horror films. It's almost like I want to go to the website to see what's up to audition for, but then I'm like, I don't want to do it. Or just relax a little bit. So
Is it different acting during the pandemic than pre-pandemic?
yeah, everything's changed. Yeah,
Especially being in the city? Is it
yeah,
because you're saying, you probably can have the opportunity to do it, but you're kind of like, no, you rather just kind of do some here and there and otherwise just chill out?
yeah. Well, they give you temperature checks when you go in. You have to show a proof of vaccination. So I got this app on my phone that says I've been vaccinated and everything.
I didn't
So
know there was an app for that.
yeah, it's called in New York. It's called Excelsior. So it's a good app if anybody's out there from New York to use.
Welcome to the Law That Heals. your host, attorney Patrick Noaker. This week's podcast is
Wow. Wow. Okay, that's definitely interesting. I didn't know that. So
Hello?
you can leave me with one thing about
Hello? Am I frozen or are you frozen? Let it go. Let it go. I could sing a song from Frozen if you like. I could never sing, and that really bothered me. You know, I growing up, Rashida, I'm glad you asked this. Growing up, I wanted to be a singer, actually. So then I said, well, I can't be a singer because my voice really sucks. And I actually took singing lessons, and the teacher said, your voice really sucks. So I
ouch.
said, well, let me be an actor or something, which, my teacher said, you suck at that too. But ha ha ha, teacher. Now I'm in Actors Equity. So fuck your ass. Fuck your ass. It's all about
I
revenge.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't with you. It's all about revenge. So your legacy would be what?
He tried and he failed. That would be it on my tombstone. He tried and he failed.
Is it or
Or
just
huh?
who you are and you have accepted that?
Well, what do you call? Are you calling in from an Afghanistan cave here?
Right.
You keep freezing up on me. Oh shit! She's calling from
It feels
Afghanistan
like
caves.
you're
Did you do
freezing
your
up.
hair today? Looks marvelous.
I feel like a third world country. Oh, I
Oh,
go
yeah.
or Ethiopia somewhere. Yes, I did. I got it braided, and then yeah, and I want to look nice just for you. Absolutely hilarious. You're
Oh,
absolutely hilarious. I love talking to you. I love talk. I could talk to you for hours. I love
oh,
talking
you're
to you.
sweet. Thank you. I'm glad.
I try to be. Don't tell my dad that I'm
Eh,
nice because he thinks I'm evil.
Restart, restart. I don't know.
He calls me a knucklehead. It's okay. I'm your favorite knucklehead, Daddy. If you're listening.
Are both your parents still with us?
Yes, my mom is not too far from me, and my dad is up north. My dad and my stepmother up north, and they've been married forever.
Oh, that's
So,
so sweet. You're such a
eh,
wonderful mom and family person and everything.
thank you. I love all three of my Rugrats, from the adult to the baby. Even though I think all three is making me have somebody gray here somewhere in the midst of these braids.
Oh,
Do
jeez.
you regret not having a family?
In some parts, yeah. In some parts, but in some parts, I'm definitely glad I didn't have a family because at some times in my life, I was like just off the chain. I was like friggin' crazy, So you know,
So it
old
wasn't
age,
worth you.
huh?
So it wasn't worth you kind of just because some things
No.
that I feel like some things are just what they are.
If I had a kid, the kid would probably be in the oven or something. I don't know. I mean, Jimmy, why are you in the oven cooking a pie? Yeah, shit. So immature and just crazy, basically. So I channeled that. I channel that today in my works and everything. Like that bad thing that's inside of me. Like I do horror films and my horror director's like, "Oh, he's the greatest thing I've ever seen." Where does that come from? To be scary, to be menacing. It comes from
Mhm.
inside. It comes from inside.
Right.
I can be
So that's your
menacing,
outlet.
huh?
So that's your outlet.
I like doing the horror films, and they're based around me, which is nice. I'm the star, so it's always good to wear the crown and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I remember doing background roles, just trying to get where I am today, and it took some time, but it didn't really take too long. So
So for those who don't know, tell people what's the difference between Broadway and off Broadway.
It's just a number of seats sold. So off Broadway is like anything over 100 seats to like, I think it's 100 to 200 or something. And I think Broadway is over 200 seats or something. So it's number of seats. It has nothing to do with location. So anything that's under 99 seats, I believe, is off Broadway. So we had about 150, 160 something seats for our off Broadway play. So that qualifies as an off Broadway play. So it has nothing to do with location. So if you hear people say, "Oh, it's miles from Broadway," well, it can be miles from Broadway. It just, it's how many seats that are available to be sat upon. So Rashida, I think her Afghanistani cave was bombed or some shit. I'm not sure, but we will look into that. All right, so we're going to close this half of the show. We want to thank the people at Mojo Rising. There's another show called Listed Live. That's on Tuesday nights, and that's the up and coming show. It's written up in all the rap magazines and everything, and it looks at rap like a way I've never seen it looked at. So, what else? We also have Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. We have a show on. There's Rashida.
We have a storm here. I'm down here in Botswana.
Yeah, what happened with that?
There's a
So,
storm,
top, what is it? Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
topical
Topical,
entertainment. Yeah, topical
topical.
entertainment.
So
Yep.
it's not tropical entertainment, right? It's
No, it's
topical.
topical. No R in that.
So
Yep,
it's
topical
topical
entertainment.
entertainment. Who said thanks?
Oh, it was me. And then we have the ladies
Oh,
happy hour.
it's a ladies' night.
We're trying to get
The
you to come back
feelings, yeah.
on.
No,
We're
the
trying to
ladies scare me. I mean, they scare me. The ladies are very sexy on the show. I'm going to do my impersonation of Rashida. Yeah, we do have problems with the internet. Christopher Walken, he's got his own style. So I like Christopher Walken too. I just saw one photo. I didn't see any photos. There's a photo of Cardinal Hayes. Oh, that's me in the horror film. There's a photo there.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me in my upcoming horror film, which is
Wow.
called EMS. It's called Even Monster Sleep. I play the monster in my perfect physique here.
When does it come out?
That's coming out very shortly. So we're just in the final editing stages. I saw a rough cut of the movie already, and it's the second film in the franchise of the Papa Cherry franchise. So Nameless Worlds is the first film. And that's me with the lovely actress, beautiful actress.
She's beautiful.
Yeah,
Absolutely. She's beautiful. Wow.
and she was in our movie that with the short movie we did. It's like 5 minutes long. So, what was her name again?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
What was her name again? Yeah, I tell you, I have more senior. Oh, that's Ready Whip, and some other
What you
shit.
doing with some ready? You're perfect for ladies happy hour. You still want to come on.
Where's that?
Ladies happy hour is on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Ladies Happy Hour. What time is that?
It comes on.
Oh,
We are
there she
on
is.
8:30.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, I know probably past your bedtime.
Brittany Lee McDonald. Brittany.
Brittany's
Fantastic actor. She was in our film hashtag Nomad Life. It was a parody of Nomad Land, and It premiered in London, England, actually.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was really interesting. It went to 4 film festivals, which is, the movies I've been in have gone to about 12 or 13 film festivals.
Have you ever
So,
been to any of them?
yeah, I've been to a few. I've been to North Carolina. I've been to Pennsylvania. So, yeah, just those 2 spots. But,
Will you go back now?
I wanted, what?
Will you go to any now if they do them? Like, how often do they do those things?
Oh, every few months they have them. But because of the pandemic, they were doing all the film festivals online. So, and that's me and Lady Sasha. So, she's a Bichon Frise.
Yes. What is that? That sounds fancy
Yeah,
for dog.
she's a very beautiful dog. Yeah, I bought her when I was going through a crack episode, so it was really cool. It was great. So,
Oh my gosh, I can't not with you. So, how long have you had your foo French dog? Right?
now she's 12 years old. Fufu. Yeah,
Wow.
12 years old. So
Does she eat the best food?
yeah, yeah.
What do you feed the dog?
She eats like steaks and shit. Yeah,
Oh, well, I'm definitely
yeah,
does not eat steak. So he eats people food.
yeah. She eats people food,
She eats people
and
food.
if she doesn't eat a steak or whatever, we really yell at her and make her feel guilty. And we say, "What about the poor dogs in the third world countries who don't have steak to eat?" So that makes her feel bad. So
Every parent excuse in the 80s. What about the starving kids in Africa? My response is, well, they're going to come to the garbage and get my food, then we're fine.
look at this thing; it's got like a dildo on its face. That's not my dog.
I was about to say, is that your dog? Who did that to
No,
that poor dog?
somebody put that there. So
Oh my gosh. Well, I am
yeah.
sorry for the computer connection. There's a storm here.
Oh, is there a storm
Yeah, there's a
in your
storm here.
in
And
your underground bunker?
yes, there is. Absolutely. Hiding from somebody.
How old are your kids?
26,
Oh
10
my
and a
god!
half, and 4.
Wow,
I know.
there's some time in between.
Oh, I know. All girls. All
Oh
damn
wow!
girls.
See who's got the more provocative gene.
All girls. I had a son. My youngest was a twin, but unfortunately,
Oh,
he passed before I was able to give birth to him.
oh,
So technically, I have 4 kids. Because I'm
I'm sorry.
learning that I should still say that. But yeah, he's named after me. His name is Rashid. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I have 4 kids, but unfortunately, yeah, my son passed away. But yeah, he was 6 months old when I lost him.
oh, I'm sorry.
And I was pregnant with him, so yeah, I didn't even get a chance to physically have him here. But it's okay. But yeah, I have 3 beautiful girls, and all of them drive me crazy. Pretty
Yeah.
much, especially the baby. We're at that preschool, pre-K stage where today she learned the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Are they still forcing that to the kids?
yeah. I live in Florida, so yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And you got to say like some prayers, like devotions of God or something too.
I'm saying all kinds of Hail Marys and anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Packer fan.
Yeah, I'm big time Packer fan. They did
So is
great,
my
great
dad.
yesterday. Yeah. They only lost by 35 points yesterday.
What
So
happened yesterday? Did you watch the game?
no, I can't get it streamed here. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was so horrified. I was like, oh my, I did not text my dad at all. He's a diehard Packer fan too.
Oh, is it? That's right.
Yes, I wanted to text him so bad. I really did. But see, I know
Uh,
the Cowboys just lost a few days ago prior.
yeah, that was a
Damn,
great
Tom
game.
Brady. It was a great game.
Dak
It was.
Prescott played great. I mean,
Didn't he? He did. He
he
absolutely.
proved
How did you
it.
become a Packer fan living in New York City?
Yeah, just watching TV in the '60s, basically, and
That's what my dad said.
they were the champion team. So
He stuck with it.
yeah, so why go with a loser?
What do you think your team's going to do this year? Aaron Rodgers is.
Oh, they'll come back. They'll come back. That was just a shit effort. So
Yeah, everybody got to get the butterflies out. But I was disappointed that they lost that bad. I was like, whoa. And the
Oh,
Eagles won.
that's me when I colored my hair for the off-Broadway role. So
Do they make you pay for stuff like that when you color your hair?
it was my choice. I could have had whatever color I wanted, but when I go into a role, I want to feel like as much of the character as I can. I want it to go through my soul, basically.
Oh, I like that.
I want to become that character like 100%. So I felt that I looked at some pictures, I heard him speak, you know, and so I became him. So,
So you go to the auditions in character.
well, what do you mean in character? Oh no.
I
I
know
just
I've heard some actors say that they go into, that
yeah,
role and they like the actor Leon.
Leon.
Leon, when he played David Ruffin, he said he went into that role full fledged, like he was David Ruffin the entire time. And
That's the first play I ever did. That last play.
really, how long ago was that?
That was something called a 24-hour play. I had never done any theater in my life, and I tried out for that, and I got in as an actor. And you got to write the script, you got to perform it, and everything. Have the dress rehearsal and the play itself, all in the span of 24 hours. It was so cool. Yeah,
Wow. Wow. That seems exciting.
it was
That seems
good. It was
exciting.
really fun. It was a lot of fun. So.
So after your film, what else is next for you?
Well, I don't know really. So, we're releasing the horror film, so there'll probably be another handful of film festivals because, I'm very lucky with film festivals. People hire the film. People accept the films I'm in. So, there's Brittany. There's yeah, that was
My daughter
from.
wants to do film. She's 10, the 10 and a half year old. She wants to do film. Any advice you can give me to give to her? Because we don't see a lot
It's
of African American kids in film. I got to send you some pictures so you can see where the photographer is going. His name is Keith Driver. He's out here. He was out in Tennessee, but he's out here in Florida. But he's trying to get her to do this horror
yeah,
film stuff.
yeah. Do you know where you see a lot of African American kids?
Mm-mm.
In McDonald's and Popeye commercials.
That's so stereotypical, but you're
They're,
right.
they're so racist. It's beyond belief.
It really is true. And
It
she
is
likes
true.
horror. It is true, but she likes horror. So that's why I was asking because I don't really see
Oh,
any.
horror? That'd be
Yeah,
so cool. Is she
yeah,
good? Is she good?
yeah. She's actually pretty good. So we're trying to market that for her. So any advice would be great because she's trying to do that. She wants to be in horror films. She doesn't want to do the stereotypical, you know, as I call them, fresh ass black kids that be on Nickelodeon and those other shows. And I don't want that for her. I want her to change the narrative that black kids can be in horror films and not be the first person killed.
Well, what's his name? Jordan Peele, right?
Jordan Peele. Yes.
He did two horror films already. So
Yes.
hook up with Jordan Peele. I'd say.
Those if I can find his number. Jordan, if
But
you're listening, I have
I
a
tell
kid.
Right. You can't be shy in this business. That's the biggest thing I'd say. You can't be shy. You got to
Okay.
really self promote. You got to send pictures in, whatever you got to do to promote yourself and get your name out there. And make sure she has a nice little reel,
Yep,
like
we're
a,
working on that. We'll be working on
yeah,
that in the next 2 weeks. We're working, and the photographer wants to do. He wants to do a horror film. He wants to do a horror reel
nice,
for her. So
nice.
that's what we're working on.
That's me in one of my crack episodes, probably. So
Oh my
I just
gosh!
want to tell you kids, crack is whack.
Yes, in the words of Whitney Houston, crack is
Oh,
whack.
poor Whitney. She was so talented.
Yes, yes, and unfortunately, that is whack.
Yeah, that's
It's sad. Do you when you are with your acting brothers and sisters? and you see people going away that is drug related, do you mind your business, or it's like, hey, you need someone to
No,
talk to? I'm here.
it's sad because we had two comedians who OD'd, and that was really sad.
The
And
one to California.
yeah, the now there's one in New Jersey. I guess if you're gonna OD, New Jersey's a good spot as any. So
Oh my
it's a
gosh,
comedian
really?
out there. Yeah, there were two really good comedians that were young. They were in their 30s, and they just
Yeah, they said Michael K. Williams, the actor from The Wire.
Michael, yeah, Michael K.
Um,
He was a really good actor. He was really gritty.
yeah, it's very gritty. They said it might be heroin or fentanyl related,
Yeah,
allegedly. Very sad.
no,
Very,
drugs are just I mean, it used to be a time when you could get drugs so easy, when the pharmaceutical companies were like pushing oxycontin on people.
yeah, cold
You
on
know,
people, right? Now it's being regulated really hard now.
yeah, it's more tight. Yeah, it's totally
Yeah,
more
they
tight.
make you pee in a cup and do all this other stuff that they were saying, and but not it's just a terrible thing. Okay,
Hogan.
so you Hogan's Heroes. Tell us about your fan club.
Uh, that yeah, but like these people are really crazy about Hogan's Heroes, which I used to be really crazy about, but I'm kind of tired of it now. There's my Sergeant Schultz T-shirt from Hogan's Heroes,
I like the
and
show.
that's my little dog Sasha. Wherever I go, Sasha goes. But she looks like she's in heaven. Yeah,
Oh, my dog is not big enough to be laying on my lap. I mean, he's too
impression.
big. Yeah. So why are you tired of the fan club?
I'm kind of tired of the show. These people like live, breathe, and shit Hogan's Heroes, but I kind of shitted it out of my system basically. So just I had the runs and it just ran away. There's just so much you can watch of one thing. I mean,
One
I,
show.
I give these people a lot of credit. They really have that stick to itiveness to watch the same show for like 8,000 years or something. God bless them.
I can't do it. I have
No,
favorite shows I've known like word for word, but I'm not joining no fan club. Uh, I'm just not doing it at all. Do you have like a?
oh, that's me from the horror film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And it looks weird at the angle I'm looking at it on.
yeah, that's my little actress there, Anna, little actor, Anna. So,
So how long are you when you're filming like that? When you're doing your horror films, how long are the days? Are they like?
some days were a bit long, but some days were short. It depended on the situation, what they needed, and what kind of shots we got and everything. If they were okay, and the acting. Anna did a sensational job. Really acting traumatized. She was like, she owned that trauma. So, but it gets very emotional. So, just talking about the horror business because you're really getting into the character, and I play a really evil character. So for me, it was very emotional. And Anna played the one I traumatized, the victim, and
Oh
it could be
wow.
very emotional. So I would be careful with that stuff too, because
Okay.
you
I'll be
really
mindful
get into these characters, and you got to know when to
to cut it
cut it.
off.
When it's over, but it still stays with you even after the scenes of the shooting days over. I was still walking around afterwards, like feeling evil, feeling dirty. So
Why didn't that surprise me? So you do have to find a way to. So what is your outlet? Out when you're done acting and you wrapping up a film. What is your outlet?
Hogan's Heroes, of course. No, no. Now I'm watching Gunsmoke with Matt Dillon. So,
You said
but
what with Matt Dillon? Is he still around?
Matt Dillon, yeah.
That is my biggest concern is learning. When I tell her you're done, when to turn it off. well, with being in character. So that's why I was asking.
It's a
Like, what do
tough
you do?
situation, really,
What is your outlet? Especially with
because
horror films.
kids are such good actors as it is. They're just so natural, because they haven't been weighed down by society's shit yet, so they can really,
Hone in and focus on
yeah,
things. So when you're done outside of Hogan Hero, do you have a glass of wine? Do you smoke? I'm talking about
yeah.
cigarettes.
I smoke like too much, and I'm trying to quit because my roommate hates me for smoking, and she accuses me of smoking in the apartment, which I'm not supposed to do.
You have a roommate?
Yeah,
I would have
yeah.
never guessed that. I would
I
have never.
do actually. She's not here now. She took Sasha to get a haircut in Long Island, where all the rich folk go. So
Yeah, well, she won't be back anytime soon.
no,
That traffic. Don't miss the. I do not miss the traffic up there. Please and thank you. I'm good on that one.
oh,
Absolutely not.
you were in Long Island, right?
I was in Connecticut.
Oh,
Oh my
Connecticut.
gosh. I was in Long Island. I've been a few places up there.
Yeah.
I miss, my dad, like I said, my dad is up there. So is my oldest. That is an absolutely amazing teacher. So I'm super proud of her. I miss home. I miss food because Florida doesn't really have great food. What
No,
is your favorite food?
probably pizza.
Real pizza, right? Because you have real pizza.
I
you
ordered
know,
pizza tonight, in fact, for
I
the
said I was going to do that for the girls.
Monday night football game because I'm really into sports because I used to play sports. So
So you should play what? Football, basketball, soccer.
basketball and baseball. Yeah.
Okay. Are you still into baseball?
And some football. What?
Are you still into baseball?
Nah, I can hardly walk. What am I going to do? Stand at the plate and bunt?
No. Like, do you still watch it?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched my lousy Mets. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm a Yankees fan.
Mets. Yeah, they beat the Yankees though.
Yeah, I know.
Subway
Trust me.
Series.
Subway Series. The
So
Subway Series. Absolutely. Yes, I am. Oh, that's you and Doggy?
yeah, and that's the picture of her. Yeah. So
How did you get your dog to stand in the picture?
yeah, I put her in the picture. No, that's a picture of her, and that's her. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Blizzard would never. I think I only got like two pictures of him, and he's like, whatever, lady. Please stop. I'm taking pictures of me. That is hilarious.
Yeah, I got
So
like
you have outlets though after you're done acting. After you're done with your
yeah.
roles, you do have outlets to kind of you like, is there a ritual that you do before a scene?
Yeah, the Richard. Yeah, no, I don't have the same haircut. She's much more beautiful than me, the dog. Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys are
My
weird.
ritual is, I draw the pentagram on the floor, and then we all go into the pentagram to pray to the demonic one, and
I can't with you.
yeah, yeah. Then we got the Ouija board spinning around. Yeah,
Ouija boards. Oh my gosh. I wonder if those things still exist.
I don't think so much,
I don't
right?
think so either. I gotta find out. I'm curious to know if Ouija boards still
But
exist. But so you don't have something that you do to kind of hype yourself up and say, "Hey, all right, I got this."
I'll tell you something. When I was a child growing up, I couldn't watch horror films. They frightened me so much. So here I am, like playing the lead role as a total monster, terrible person. So it's just. I used to hide in my bed if I was with my other family and they were like watching horror movies. I'd like
Hmm.
shiver in the bed like a dog. I was so afraid of horror films.
Wow.
And then I kind of
But you
got
found your
into
niche.
yeah, then I got into horror films, and then I started working with Joshua on these horror films, and that's
Wow,
me.
that's you.
That was me at Delmonico's restaurant in New York City, a very famous restaurant. I was playing Diamond Jim Brady. So,
Wow. How long ago was that?
oh, that was a bunch of years ago. Yeah, I got paid really well for that gig.
Wow. So are you
Yeah.
doing it? I know it's obviously financial reasons for acting for some people. You're
Yeah.
doing it for this is your passion. This is your
Yes.
calling.
Yes. Yes.
So if you could do anything else besides this, what would it be?
I wish I could sing still, because man, that's so much talent. These people can sing. It's just
Auto
beautiful.
tunes. We can hook you up.
Who?
Auto tunes.
Auto tunes.
We can pull a Milli Vanilli for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have been cast on Pitch Perfect, that's for sure.
So that
Maybe.
would be your thing. That would be your thing outside of acting and comedian. You would
Yeah.
you would that would be your passion.
Yeah. What about
That is great.
that's Sasha. She had
Oh my
just had
God.
she had back surgery, so she had to wear these little puppy slippers.
Oh my
So
goodness.
she's wearing her puppy slippers in bed. So
You are a good dog owner. You are a
yeah,
dog parent. Seriously, you're a dog parent.
yeah, that's my passion right there. Yeah,
You take really good care of your dog if you got your dog back surgery.
that's her.
We have a cage like that, just a little bit
Yeah,
bigger. A blizzard, yeah. He's
that's
in his
when we was doing the cult chants of the sacred cows of Satan. Yeah,
She didn't offer Sasha up for an offering.
yeah, she was the sacrifice. Yeah, she was,
Here, take the dog.
I'll tell you, I've seen some horror films that are just atrocious. The acting is atrocious. The script is atrocious.
I bet there's probably a whole bunch of them that are atrocious. I mean, my
Oh, man.
goodness. Oh my gosh. I've loved talking to you. I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Oh, thank you, Rashida.
Thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Oh,
And then advice for my 10-year-old when she starts doing her horror stuff. I'm excited for her.
yeah. There's some great agencies too to go with.
Yeah, I've been looking and searching. I had to take a break for a minute with everything going on, but I've enjoyed you as usual.
Oh, thank you. I as well.
I'm sorry. I was looking at my 10-year-old came down to say hi. But no,
Oh,
I cannot wait for your film to come out. So you're gonna
yeah,
give us some dates when it comes out?
yeah. Definitely. I'll let you know. Yeah. So,
Yep, I look forward to it, and thank you for having me on. I'm gonna give you your show back.
all right. Now you got me curious. I'm gonna have to go on the website to see what Broadway plays are running up. So now you got me curious.
Yes, find out and let me know. But I appreciate you letting me chit chat with you, really sincerely.
Oh, thank you for interviewing me. It's a
You know,
pleasure.
from one artist to another, you are great, and I'm looking forward to big things from you because you are the man, and I enjoy
Oh,
it.
thank you. Thank you.
Now you can have your show back.
All right. So that'll be the show for tonight. Your special guest was Rashida here interviewing an aardvark. So next week we'll have some brilliant Broadway stars. Who a friend of mine, Andreas, he's been in the movies. I worked with him on a music video, Andreas, and his partner Michael will be on the show. So, and the week after that, I have the people who began the International Film Festival of Manhattan. My new buddy Luis will be on the show with his really good friend Sue, who actually is a part of the Mojo Rising family. So we thank you for being with us today. This show's on every Monday at 5:30 p.m. And then we have listed live is on Tuesdays around 6 p.m., I believe. Uh, Big numbers, all about reality shows, rap, everything. And we also have the regular Mojo Rising shows and topical entertainment news. That's on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. The fun begins, and there's the ladies' hour, which I may visit if I get a little lonely or horny. I may go into the ladies' hour again as a return. So I'd like to thank our people producing the show, Teddy, and I think it's just Teddy. Thank you so much. We're signing off. Happy New Year to my Jewish friends, and happy days to my people in the business. We're signing off from Mojo Rising, topical entertainment news and Aardvark Interviews.